Tell me it gets better. Say that it gets better. O.P.S. I'm gay-ish.
Hello, everyone in the podcast universe. This is Gayish.
The podcast that doesn't have a snowball's chance in Kyle's mouth.
Wait, because you're going to swallow.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it's not lasting long. That was a joke from Ma Johnson in honor of this episode. She put that on a Facebook group, so
Yeah.
stolen.
You still like snowballs, though, right? Both the hostess kind
All
and the jizz kind.
Oh, those are the two? You didn't think of a snowball made out of, like, outdoor ice snow as one of them?
Okay. No, I canceled that one this year.
Okay. Yeah. Then all two of them.
Great. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Goetz.
And we're here to bridge the gap between sexuality and actuality. And
Today we're going to celebrate Ma Johnson's birthday.
we're celebrating my mother's birthday.
She has been a staple of this podcast since the beginning when she came on and we didn't know what we were doing, and now we kind of know what we're doing. So it's going to be...
She's
got stapled.
your scrotum to the table.
It's a weird table that is flimsy enough that staples work on it.
Yep.
Just like my balls.
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to do news?
But first, we're going to do some news.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, black people need to take their PrEP, or black people need to be on PrEP. So
okay.
A big study just came out that studied a whole bunch of at-risk gay and bisexual men. And the CDC presented this report earlier in March, saying that there was a 500% increase in the use of PrEP among gay and bisexual men. So yay.
That's
great.
great.
It just, like...
Take PrEP.
People are...
Save it at HIV.
5 times as many dudes that take it are taking it. But while 42% of at-risk white men were using PrEP in 2017, just 26% of at-risk black men and 29% of at-risk Hispanic men were doing so. So there's a number of factors involved there.
I was going to ask if you knew why.
White people generally, I mean, I'm making broad generalizations. That's what racism is about.
Well, if you have data to back it up, then it's just statistics.
Right. But like white people make more money and have better health care in general, and are also more likely to be nervous and take pills for things. I don't know. Like I made that last one up, but yeah, it's probably mostly an extension of poverty.
Yeah.
But there are lots of factors at play.
Yeah. And like, I think HIV, nope. I think PrEP, that would have really changed my sentence. I think PrEP should be given out like candy on the street.
I think HIV should be given out like candy on the street.
No, HIV should be given out like someone's CD that they're trying to get you to take that you really don't want.
Yeah.
They're
They're
like,
on
hey.
the corner. They're hitting their hand with
Yep,
it, trying to get your attention with the sound.
That always happens in downtown Seattle. One of them was like, "Hey, Zach Morris. And I had to laugh. That's really funny.
Because you look like Mark Paul Gosselaar?
I guess so. Don't take this away from me, Michael.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
He's cute.
Yeah.
Also, I freeze time in the middle and then talk to the camera sometimes.
Time out.
Time out.
Yep. Do you ever do that to me?
Time out. The thing about Mike is he's terrible, but I've never told him that. Time in? Does he do time in?
Yeah, he does time in.
Yeah.
Or sometimes. Who knows?
Anyway.
I'm so excited. I'm so scared.
Scared.
These are all Friends references, kids.
The friends on the TV show Saved by the Bell. Baywatch. I don't know why. Okay.
Some other good news. General awareness of PrEP has gone up. Only 59% of at-risk gay and bisexual men were aware of PrEP as a thing. Now it's upwards of 90% in 2017. And we've talked about it a whole bunch. But PrEP, if you take your PrEP every single day, there's almost zero chance that you can contract HIV. It just basically makes your body a super immune, incredible machine of AIDS-killing death.
Yep.
Nope, that's a bad way to put that.
It turns you into a transformer, and your robos in disguise can kill I don't know who the enemy on Transformers is.
When does Shia LaBeouf show up?
Your body turns into Shia LaBeouf, fights off the invading Transformers,
Yep.
and then you win.
Yep. So
That's pretty much it. So now everyone understands PrEP, right? That was a really good description.
turn all of your Decepticons into Autobots. Take your PrEP.
What is? Yeah, if you take PrEP, it's like 99% chance. If you take it every day, it's something like, I forget, 90, 92. If you take it like 5 days out of the week, it's something like 90, 92%. So
Take it every day, you
But
dumbass.
I mean, take it every day, so you can take it every day.
Yep.
But also, like, if you miss one, it's not over. Like,
Right.
you know,
Can you imagine if there was a drug like that? Like, oh, you missed one, you're dead.
Well, not like with my depression medication. If I don't take it one day, I can feel it. I know. I'm like, ooh, this is interesting, and it's fun for a little bit, and then it doesn't feel fun.
Do you get the brain zaps?
It has to be a couple days before I start to get brain zaps, and mine feel different than yours.
Oh, okay. Because mine feels like my spine is lightning
Yeah.
on
No.
fire or something. Yeah.
No. Not like that, but
Okay, enough about
PrEP. Take it.
life-saving
Great.
drugs.
Yeah.
Or, preventative, just, HIV blood condoms.
it's your
Like-
ew. It's your introduction to raw sex.
Yep.
Okay.
No, but also
Wear a condom.
use protection.
Because
there are other things than HIV in the universe, and this don't stop them.
nope, you and I have evidence from our test results.
Right?
Not that anyone needed that.
Well, we'll talk about
Caught a thing or two.
the joy of penicillin in for a future episode. Okay, so next story.
Okay.
So I find this really, really interesting. In South Africa, they have in their constitution that gay people are deserving of protections.
The only thing I think of is Nicki Minaj, South Africa is where I come from. Give me my banjo, give me my drum.
Yes, and now everyone, you know everything you need to know about South Africa. Next story.
That's cool of them.
Yeah, no. So it was one of the first countries in the world to introduce LGBT rights into its constitution, and because of that, there's the Dutch Reformed Church, which comes from Dutch. It comes from the Netherlands.
Dutchland.
And so they decided not to recognize same-sex marriages. The government of South Africa said, then you can't be a church.
Oh.
Like, they are the nightmare scenario that I think a lot of American Christians claim is happening, of like, they're forcing the church to change their beliefs. Yeah. That's what they fucking did. They said, no, it doesn't matter. It's in our Constitution. You can say the Jesus all you want to, but you can't do that. No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nope. You're changing, church. Do it.
That's awesome.
It's interesting, right? Like, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I feel great. Like, we have too long said religion gets
a
to
pass.
do what it wants, regardless of how shitty it is. Like, I feel like even separate from the LGBT thing, like, if your religion says when your child is dying, you pray, and then they die, that's your fault. You are responsible for
It's
that you
the
didn't
vaccine's
take them
fault, Kyle. They're bad.
Well, I think it's. I mean, yes, but I think it's not even vaccines. It's like taking someone to a hospital, like getting a blood transfusion. I think for some group of
Oh, yeah.
Jehovah's
I think Seventh-day
Witnesses?
Adventists don't
Okay.
allow that.
So-
Either that or Jehovah's Witnesses, or maybe both of them. The point is, like, other people's blood can save your life, so stop being a dumbass.
Yeah. So, like, I think what we need are things like that, where, like, there are basic things that humans get the right to, regardless of what your religion. Like, rights trump religion, which is not how it's the opposite way in this country. So I think it's great that a country says, no, LGBT people are people, and, oh, you don't want to do that? Sorry.
Which
like,
is why today I'm kicking off my campaign to force the Amish to have the internet.
everyone has a right to porn on the internet. It's life-changing. You won't want to be Amish anymore.
So, Jebediah, get on board.
Get on the internet. It's google.com. Try that first. You'll love it.
I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Really? Why not? I mean,
Because
why don't you love it?
Because I think strong-arming people into doing the right thing can have backlash and consequences sometimes. Like integrating schools still, like, it's not like that fixed racism. There's still like 60 years of just horrible racist things still happening anyway, even though it was like forced to be fixed or whatever.
But I think sometimes laws have to come before social acceptance. And I know, like, sometimes the laws only become laws because of social acceptance. Like, I know it works both ways, but I think, like, there has to be enough social acceptance for a law to get passed, and then the law then forces it the rest of the way, or can help at least contribute to that. So I agree in that, like, I'm glad they took the stance, and there's got to be more that they probably have to do to help make sure this doesn't turn into a negative thing. But like, it almost feels like the thing, the thing used to be the customer's always right.
Yeah.
And now I feel like sometimes it's like, sometimes customers are assholes, and it's more important that you stand up for your employee than let this customer do this thing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's a recent thing that it's like, no, you don't get to be a jackass just because we have, I think it's like that. Like, sorry, you don't get to hate gay people because your religion says so.
Right.
You want to do that? Go somewhere else where it's legal. No, I just don't care about their feelings about LGBT rights.
I also think that like Generation Z is leaving all churches in droves because they don't want this bullshit.
Yeah,
right?
like,
so the churches are dying anyway.
And
So
the
like,
church-
just let them. Just they'll either come to the table and change their ways, or they will go out of existence.
Yeah.
So,
And I think for how much I make fun of church, and I think church as an institution and religion as an institution is harmful, but there's so many good things you can get out of it if churches adapted to the times and said, okay, now with our new knowledge, like, fuck, sorry about all that shit we did for the past since we've existed. Let's try to fix it now. I think that would, like, honesty and acceptance is what Gen Z wants. That's what they value. And if you can do that, I bet people would go to church more because there's lots of great things it teaches you.
Yep. Absolutely.
And terrifying things. I remember when I learned about the apocalypse from my friends and I was like, ah, shit.
Oh yeah.
That was
Eschatology
scary.
is really interesting.
I don't know what that is.
The study of the end of the world.
Oh, I thought you meant little seafood that you eat, like when you're fancy.
Escargotology?
I don't know why it felt like a seafood word that you just said. My hell's gonna happen under the sea, just like Sebastian always wanted.
Snails and butter.
Can you imagine if Sebastian the Crab in that movie was like, under the sea, and Ariel was like, nom, 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 and it's like the song was over. Anyway.
Yeah. Last news.
Sure.
Okay, great. This is the most important one. Okay, so the HRC has announced who is going to be getting the Ally for Equality Award, which we know from last year is
Ally
just
for Equality?
the Who Do Queers Like Award.
Oh, yeah. Was it Brittany or someone? Okay.
I think it was Brittany. I don't know. We talked about it last year.
We did, yeah.
Yep.
So go back to episode...
Yep. But this year it is Christina Aguilera.
Oh, really?
She is receiving the HRC Ally
How is she
for
not...
Equality Award.
How has she not gotten that already?
I mean, can you be a 2-time winner of that? Although an LGBT fan of Christina Aguilera tweeted, "It's about damn time. Should have been had this a long time ago. Should have been had this a long time ago."
I agree. That is not bad grammar. That's just true. She should have been had this. Should have been handed over right now.
Yep.
She sang the song "Beautiful," and then put all those gay people in it.
Yep.
That was beautiful.
Yep.
Well, good for her.
And of course, oh wait, this article is hilarious. Like, did you write this article?
Oh, you think it's funny, so you think I wrote it. That was an accidental compliment.
No, so you're talking about all the things in the same order.
Oh, really?
Like, it should have been damn time. Should have been had this a long time ago. Followed by, she sang the song Beautiful in 2002 that became an anthem to self-acceptance in the face of adversity. And yeah. Anyway, did you know that song was written and produced by legendary songwriter and producer Linda Perry, who is a lesbian?
I did not.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Christina Aguilera is winning. She's the queen of the queers this year.
Queen of the queers.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Like the queen of the corn, the cream of the crop,
The corn of the cow.
the cow of the crepe.
The crepes.
I don't know. Okay, Mike. In honor of that, will you do your best Christina Aguilera impression?
No.
What happened to the improv that we never did, where you're supposed to say yes and?
Yes, and I will not do that.
I don't know that that's necessarily how that works, but we haven't taken a class together, so I'll let you know later. Okay.
That's it. No more news. Oh, say, can you see?
That's the first note.
Okay, great. Yeah, so we're going to talk to Mom.
We're going to talk to Mom.
My mom's here. She's been real patient.
She's been sitting quietly. Also, we'll just note that fucking Dan is not recording with us for the first time in like 10 episodes or something.
Yeah. Pretty sure he has like tuberculosis or something.
Yeah, tuberculosis?
Yeah.
Or a cough. One of the two.
Yep.
But yeah, so
Feel better, fucking Dan.
feel better. Oh, he's going to hear this and he's going to be happy.
Yeah.
It's been so much fun having him on, and people apparently like him. But don't like him more than us. This is we gave him a cold so that people wouldn't get too attached to him.
Which is backfiring, because now people will feel sorry for him for being
shit.
sick. And
Okay, well then,
all right.
hey, this is Dan. I have just a little bit of information to tell you about.
You do sound like him a little bit.
It's just that
That's
I have
fantastic.
both my ears pierced. I'm Dan. Okay, bye.
Yeah, not just pierced, like real pierced.
Real pierced. Big hole in the middle. You could stick a small baby's penis in it. Not that you would. I'm just saying you could.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, it could be a little baby cock ring if he took it out of his ear.
Oh.
Ew. Okay. Sorry, let's get to the part where your mom is here so she can be the one saying weird stuff instead of me.
Okay, great. People,
This is what you came for.
this is what you came for.
Do you want to take a break and come back with your mom?
Yeah. Let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break. God help us all.
Break.
I love you in Game of Thrones. This is the part where Mike and Kyle take a break. So, are we back?
We're back.
We're back.
We are here with Ma Johnson.
I'm on my back.
And we're off.
And we're
Here
off.
we are. So, your birthday's coming up.
It is.
Which birthday is it? Are you trying to be? Are you trying to
Well,
be
I don't
as
know if
sexy
you get
as Mike?
old and your voice goes up or down. I don't know.
Which birthday is it?
63.
Wow. Wow. How are you feeling?
Feel me. God, dude, I'm fabulous. You want to feel me, Michael?
I know.
Anybody?
I'm good.
Energy radiating from
Yeah.
your hands.
I know. It's called,
Happiness?
yes.
Yes.
We're going to go with that H word.
It's called wine.
Great.
Yes.
Okay, so I think we're going to start by it's almost your 63rd birthday. Will it be 63 by the time it comes out? I forget when
No.
this is.
No.
Okay.
Her birthday will be in like 4 days from now.
Okay.
Like airtime.
Gotcha. Okay, so
3 days.
in preparation, although it's almost 63, we're going to go back in time.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little bit of rewinding.
God, I got to remember shit.
I only
much work.
So you were born in like I mean, you already said your age. So you were born in the mid 50s in Spokane?
Mm-hmm. Fairchild.
On an Air Force
Air
base,
Force
right?
Base, yeah.
which is
Explains a lot.
what I'm trying to like piece together is you are known as being it's a very good eyebrow movement of like being intrigued.
Hey, you want to see my
I will
scar
accept-
from childbirth? Is that part of the show?
It makes great podcasting when people
Nice.
show us their physical scars.
Yeah.
We usually do emotional scars here. So people view you as being very accepting, very positive, very fun, like talk about whatever.
Exactly.
So like growing up, even with a father that was involved in the military, to me that seems like a very conservative, like
But he was a musician.
I was just going to say.
Okay.
I was just going
And
to say.
my mom was in the biz too, so
your entire family is musicians.
Yeah.
And so
Cuss like a sailor, drinking bar musicians.
but I would say that probably because you have so much exposure to such a broader range of people when you're in the music business that you see a lot of things, maybe you don't participate in them, but yet when the culture of maybe the artist is there, well, this group of artists does drugs, this group of artists is, whatever. I mean, and it's just pretty much an easier acceptance of something that you're exposed to or that you know about. So, for instance, even we had like one really nice black family in the whole town. You know what I mean? And nobody blinked an eye. You know what I mean? It was like, but it got worse, I would say, as time progressed when you're looking at a bigger world. But as far as just being live and let live, that's pretty much how we all roll, except there are always exceptions.
but in
The
general,
other extreme.
your parents and your immediate family was like what, especially being musicians, were just like whatever you do is cool.
Yeah, well, and grandma's family especially. Like grandpa's family, grandpa's down. Mom's dad is down for the most part with everything. But there's a lot more conservatism that happens on that side of things. Like there's some really like strict Mormon tendencies on that side. But on grandma's side of the family, like nobody's religious.
Nobody's
like barely.
I don't know. I think I'm maybe just one more acceptance gene removed from some of the other family members. Does that make sense?
Maybe.
Would you say that ish? I don't know. But I think that just the more that you are open to people and take them in as who they are, what they're doing, and, you know.
Do you remember a moment, like, in any kind of, like, with musician friends or in performing or anything where you saw someone else that was gay, lesbian, something like that, and the reaction of your family or parent? Do you remember, like, a moment?
No, just because my mom's youngest brother Uncle Tommy was gay, and he was pretty obviously there. I mean, I think that love surpasses any of, it just moves through any of the other obvious things back to, we just loved him, it's like.
He's your youngest brother?
My mother's youngest brother, Tommy, that passed from AIDS.
Gotcha.
And they without knowing that they were accepting a gay person because he wasn't out. So, for instance, when he came out, they also learned he had AIDS and he was dying. And my dad, who's 86 now, my dad at the time goes, "Well, Tommy's sweetie." So we called him Aunt Tommy and Uncle Bob, I mean, They just took it like, just don't even blink, don't even stop. Just, we love them. They're great. We're glad they're happy.
That's
now,
what,
yeah.
That would have been like 1988, 1989, like time frame wise.
And so before he actually came out, both being gay and having AIDS, he was with
Mr. Bob.
We called him Mr. Bob. Mr. Bob, yeah.
So
Mr. Bob.
What was that like for you then? Did you understand that they were gay, or did that come later? Or
No.
Everyone just kind of knew it?
It was just like my generation and younger, and just like what, and oh well, pretty much until you had to really face it and go, oh. And I think the AIDS part was far more stunning than that he was gay.
Yeah.
I mean,
which it should be like a life-threatening, like
oh
gay
my
is,
gosh. He had carpal sarcoma big on his leg. He flew to Washington, D.C. every week for an AZT treatment. Wow. His
AZT was still experimental at that
Oh,
time,
yeah.
too. It was,
He was just-
so...
Yeah.
Uncle Tommy went to Vietnam. He was a personal secretary for a general. And, like, when he got out of the military, still had, like, the government was following him around to make sure that they, like, kept tabs on him. Mm-hmm. And it was a vet program that got him early experimental treatment with AZT.
Yeah.
Interesting. The government?
Yeah, he was they all played that whole thing. Those three boys went on tour playing music together. The three brothers, my mom, her sister sang. I mean, it was just like, yeah, that's what you did, kind of. And he would look out in the audience and knew here's all these hippies, basically long hair headbands, and a guy in a suit. I mean, you really blend in, dude.
Wait, that was his
People following him or just,
keeping tabs on him.
Wow, keeping like for like good or bad, like making sure he
when
didn't
you're
like
the personal secretary to a general, shit.
Yeah, General Abrams. Yeah, but I think also when he was in Vietnam, he had malaria, and they had posted guards like everywhere in case he spoke in his delirium or So yeah, he had a lot of
He also fathered a daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
During that whole experience. So, and he was a piano player, and he could type really fast. He's basically me. We're basically the same person.
Pretty much. Only prettier.
Yeah.
No,
Wait,
he was,
who?
yeah.
Okay, being in the military then, and being
he couldn't be out. He couldn't.
He wasn't okay.
It
so
was
he
all
wasn't,
like he had a mama san that took care of him when he was in Vietnam. I mean that everybody kind of did. I guess the American soldiers. I'm not really sure, but
Wait, they had a what?
A mama san, like he would have a Vietnamese woman taking care of his laundry, doing those kinds of things.
If you didn't live on the base, this is still sort of the case. If you don't live on base and you are in certain parts of the country, it's almost expected that you are going to subsidize a local who is going to help you with personal things like cleaning laundry. This is especially prevalent in Singapore. I know I have quite a few friends who went to Singapore and taught English, and part of the terms of their contract was that they would employ a Singaporean native while they lived there to do these kinds of things.
Which is great. I mean, that makes sense. You put it in that community. No, I'll take while you're there with your employment, salary, whatever. Then, it's a natural. I would say that's smart and natural and expected. Like when I go to Zilla, I always eat at El Portón.
Why?
Because it's in Zilla. It's a restaurant.
It's like instead
When
of
I'm in-
supporting Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, no,
supporting
this is yeah.
But this would be more like Jose in the box, right?
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
Yeah,
you wanna make sure that
I always ask for a Chihuahua box. Only
Yeah.
what's the Spanish word for box? I even learned that. Caja.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Caja. So, bien para acá, por favor. Chihuahua. Caja, por favor.
Necesito.
Necesito. Yeah.
I need a Chihuahua box.
Would you be a lamb? ¿Cómo se dice en español? Lamb? No.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, shit.
It's called.
Yama.
They go.
Yama.
It's a ba.
With that being said, that's why we don't chew gum when we get blowjobs. Just public announcement there.
Okay, Mom.
Wait, why?
So Mom has this whole thing that she's working on this trip where like it's things that you can say after an awkward silence that make it sound like anybody who's coming up and joining the conversation that they get a very unnatural, uncomfortable segue. And
That's why you don't chew gum while you're giving a blowjob.
So if your boss walks up behind you, you go, amen. You just,
and
or,
just
yeah.
hold your hands together
Yeah.
and pray. And then,
Or, and that, my friends, is why that guy died putting his dick in a milking machine. Or, and this is why, ladies, we do not curl our hair in the nude.
Oh, I'm just
Burned
those
our
are-
boobs. That's a real thing. No, I did that.
You can burn your boobs.
If
with
you
your-
drop your curling
you can
iron,
burn
it's like,
anything with a curling
bam.
iron.
I mean, I guess so, but I just would. Okay.
By the way, my ADD medication does not work when I'm talking to Mom. So
Oh, I thought you were
Thank
going to say it doesn't work
God.
on any other people
Yeah.
no,
that are
this-
present here.
You are in charge of the continuity.
Ah, shit. Well, it's so far. I'm not doing a good job.
Or it's the podcast that invites roller coaster people to take a ride on the penis train. I'm kidding.
Hey,
I don't
roller
know.
coaster
I
people.
gotta write that one down. That
I
was
love
pretty
it.
funny.
Hey,
Check that off.
hey, roller coaster people.
Yeah.
You ready for a ride with Ma Johnson? Okay,
So
so
when do you remember like your first like gay person, or do
first
you
gay
have any
person?
sort of like memory of that?
Probably Uncle Tommy.
Really?
Yeah. Oh,
And,
yeah,
like-
probably.
It's the late '80s,
And
he
with him,
comes
like,
out
I retract that. Let's see. When I was probably 7 or 8 years old, at the swimming pool.
oh, this is going to be good.
uh-oh, what happened at the swimming
Yeah.
pool?
It was like band camp. No kidding. So there was a girl there, a teenage girl that was kind of like Uncle Tommy's age or ish, and her name was, and she,
How do you spell that?
yeah, it's just like my warm up.
So many M's.
The ringtone for that guy. So I was so impressed with her because she was very. This is all retrospect, right? This is not knowing that this person is gay, that this person
Yeah.
is butch, that, And she had the way she wore her hair, how she walked, how she dressed, how she spoke, and I just thought she was fascinating, awesome. And I went up to her one time. And I go, oh my gosh, I want to be just like you. She goes, no, you don't. No, you don't. And then she would avoid me. But it's because there was no out at that time. Zero.
Mm-hmm.
It's back to the hanky days or worse, because this is the 60s, and in a tiny, tiny town. But it's all like, oh yeah,
So
definitely was.
she was a
gay.
lesbian?
Yeah.
Then
Oh yeah, for sure.
I could see, especially at that time, how a child
Yeah.
saying they wanted to be like you would be terrifying, because if anyone else heard that,
Oh God,
like-
yeah, yeah.
But
And
what about her?
She was a mechanic. She was very, very butch, very, masculine.
And you
very
like-
masculine.
And you were interested
I'm like,
in that? You were-
yeah, I want to do that. Yeah, you're different. I like that, But that would probably be the first. And then years and years and years later, seeing other gay examples on TV, whatever, knowing, the epiphany.
Oh, yeah.
For
And
sure.
then you like bring new light to a memory that you've had.
Yeah. So that was probably it.
Yeah.
But then to just be one-on-one and in a close relationship with was my uncle, and he was my buddy. I mean, I just loved him, and I would drive clear to Portland just to see him for a couple, a day or something. It was great. It was really, really something.
So after he came out, how long did you have with him, and what was that time like?
So he was out with, like I said, all of my generation or younger, some of the cousins, etc. So I would go to Portland and go to gay bars with him, and we both had the same taste in men. So it was fun.
What's that taste? In
So Grandma, your mom is the oldest of 7. Tommy was the youngest of 7. So what was the age gap between you? Right, like.
Oh yeah, 10, 15 years. No,
less
let's
than
see,
that.
9 years.
If that.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. Because he was still at home in high school and stuff when we were 4th grade or whatever. However that worked.
In the late 80s, you're in your early 20s, and he is like maybe 30, right?
Right.
So it's not
Right.
like a uncle
Right.
relationship in that like there's 20, 30 years.
And
between
he
them.
was. I mean, if now that you wrote the list of very talented, check, very effeminate, check, very
I remember him as being
Just-
very bitchy, like in that catty gay kind of way.
OTR all day long.
My favorite Uncle Tommyism actually, he went through this phase of like if a woman said or did something dumb, he would say, "Slap her tits."
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, cunt.
I
Yeah.
love that. So you would go out to gay bars with him? What was that? What was your experience in gay bars?
Oh, it was great, awesome.
What'd you do there?
Drank and again, and huge secretism, very much still. With, I mean, it wasn't. If you'd asked me, I'd have said, "Hey, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of a thing." But it wasn't like it was. They were in denial or just wanted him to be who they wanted him to be, a soldier. That's why he got in there. That's why he got pregnant. All those reasons that that why you do the things you did, just to mask or to disguise or keep that in.
So do you think he went into the military and had a daughter all to mask
Of course.
him being gay?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you think he did because he
jobs,
was gay?
tried
like what?
like he was a secretary, but I think eventually, and the reason he moved to Portland was to have that separation from family closeness. So he'd have a big warning, to butch up your act.
Yeah,
buddy.
with families, if families coming to Portland,
Yep.
it's not
Yeah.
just we're driving
Hide
by.
the dildo. I don't, hide.
That's my favorite game.
Hide the dildo.
I know, right? Yeah. Or
I'm
yeah.
playing it now.
Yeah. Oh, that's where that thing went. Shit. God dang, Kyle.
Hey everyone, I'm
Fuck
missing
you,
a
Kyle.
dildo. Oh, Kyle.
Yeah, well.
Okay, so how old were you when you first went to a gay bar?
Oh, I was 21.
20
No, maybe not, because I wasn't married. I was 18,
Okay.
19.
Interesting.
I went on that trip because
No, the math isn't adding up yet here.
I was about 18.
But you and Dad were married in 76.
No. I was not married. I was
74.
retracting.
Okay. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
It was 75. We weren't married. Sent me on the trip for him to talk me out of getting married,
Oh.
or to really get down and dirty with, are you sure? Are you sure? But also someone went to my mother and said that she should talk me out of it. It wasn't.
Wow.
I'm too young. Yeah. Really hurt her feelings. Really hurt my feelings. Only because it's like, okay, now what?
I mean, in
fuck
retrospect,
you.
I'm very glad that I am here. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I love
And-
you, Michael. You're such a good boy.
And that was, you were too young.
Oh, clearly. Yeah. Yeah. All those wasted years of atrophy
and being wasted.
and and not having sex because, you're married. Yeah.
Is that what happens? Okay, so people told you both your gay uncle and someone else to your mom told you shouldn't get married when you were about to get married?
You
Well,
were like 19 when you got
I was
married,
19.
right?
Yeah. 19. Yeah, but
Which is too young
that's
to,
what.
That's too young to like do laundry.
Yeah, I know. I was a horrible garbage taker outer. I didn't know shit. But that's what you did in a small town. In 1974, you graduated from high school. You were already engaged to your high school sweetheart. You're already blah, 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 blah.
So what I'm like,
There were 9 people that I knew in that summer that got married.
I love that you said 9 and held up 7 fingers. 'Cause
Well, that crooked one doesn't always respond.
she just flipped me
Pop
off.
Number
up.
one.
You know.
This middle one over here kind of like it's not
counts
very
counts as 3.
yeah, there you go.
Get this. Okay, here's a little bit of Mom, pipe in when I fuck something up. These are things that have gone in my head, like
Okay, do it.
narrative-wise. My mother, in high school, was on a track team, and they did AAU. Are you familiar with AAU?
Nope.
That's the American Athletics Union. They are very
Amateur.
famous. Amateur
Athletics
They're very famous for doing like basketball tournaments and the like. But it's like you can do school sports, but then there's also AAU, which is like maybe related to school sports, but maybe not. But it's still like something that young kids do. Anyway, her 4x400 relay team had the national AAU record for 1974, 72. Great. Okay. And so she had an athletic scholarship to go to what was then Eastern Washington State College, which is now Eastern Washington University, my alma mater. She was like a crazy good student. And instead of, and all of her people in her life were like, no, don't do all of that. Marry Ron and play music.
Yeah, marry this older guy that will take care of you. And yeah,
How much older?
he was 25. Well,
And you were 19?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got married in September. He turned 25 in October.
Interesting. And that's what you ended up doing? You ended
Oh
up
hell yeah!
going to...
My mission was I just was very, very accommodating. Sounds weird. It's like arranged-ish, but yeah, I was like, oh, he's gonna take. You're the youngest. This is a great boat. Jump in.
Yeah.
Row, row, row. There's other boat like bunghole analogies, right, about boats.
I don't.
What's a bunghole?
A bunghole is the hole in a barrel that is filled with beer or wine, so that
Oh, that's
wine
the
will come
stopper?
out. That's the
Yeah.
well, no, the stopper is the bung. The bung hole is what you put the bung
the
in.
hole.
The donut hole.
I have a bunghole.
You do, and it's very tiny, and the corks are always like
Very tiny.
Whoa!
And
like-
sometimes there are things inside that I don't want to come out, and I just...
that's right. Yeah.
Boop.
Boop.
Okay.
But in a boat, isn't it worse so it doesn't flood or leak or drain?
I don't know. That's
We're
going to
Google that. We'll be back in a minute.
Dan,
Oh, that's a pump.
Dan,
Pump up the
Google
bilge,
this and
the
post
bilge.
it somewhere
Would you be
on the
allowed?
internet.
We
to-
love you.
Okay, what's really interesting to me is you've said like some of these things of, everyone encouraged you and you decided to get married at an early age. Like a lot of the, what I would consider like more conservative approaches to family and relationships and everything. But at the same time of being in that world, you were also so accepting of gay people. Like,
Well,
I
I was like the purple sheep, the pink sheep. I don't know that you're
Whatever.
different than all of us. I've always been and embraced it.
So you're more accepting than the rest of your family?
So if I could, I think as a gay person that came out to all of Mom's family and seeing how they reacted to that and still react to that, I don't perceive Mom as being more accepting. I think that the rest of her family is just as capable of being accepting or is just as accepting and loving. It's a matter of exposure. That Mom is not afraid of new experiences. She's not afraid of, exposing herself.
Yeah, smell-o-vision. Check this out. The mic is going down.
But she leans into and pursues new experiences rather than being afraid of them or hiding in a bubble. I think that Mom's family, if they knew more gay people, would be fine. They would love them, accept them, be like it's not a matter of ability to accept with them.
Yeah.
It's just that they live in that little tiny ass county and never go anywhere and just hang out with each other, and like their world is very, very, very small. And
BGK,
Mom,
a
Just
couple,
like my butt.
a couple of the cousins I think were looking at you. Yeah,
Which ones? Were
yeah.
they
boy
attractive?
I'll
ones?
tell you later. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Do I know him?
We played the game, which you cannot play at a family reunion. We decided was that we would look at each other and pick out people we would have that person do. And yeah, we went to the family reunion and went, we probably shouldn't play that here. not really a good
Wait,
idea.
you decided
Or-
you shouldn't set your family members up with other family members?
Right,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
Then again, it's Eastern Washington, so
Yeah, I know.
maybe that's fine.
Where siblings are nervous. Yeah. That was just wrong. And with that being said, that's why you should run your tongue clockwise instead of front to back. I don't
I
know.
love these. Okay,
Great.
this is a good time to.
Take a break. No.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
We're gonna
still,
go with questions.
No breaks.
It's going to take us a year to get through.
Yeah, this is either going to be the longest episode because
Okay.
we recorded for a while,
Wait, I
or
don't
the
want-
shortest
wait.
because
I don't
we're
want-
not moving off
wait.
of this.
Okay, what?
Enough about me. Now
No,
you
no,
talk
no.
about me.
Well, okay, so we're going to do questions from the audience, and one question is actually very relevant right now about your
Great.
life.
Great.
One question from Brandon Pettigrew is: have you done anything gayish with the ladies in your lifetime?
I will say, yeah, probably like when you're, yeah.
Will you?
Can I expand?
You can. You, like,
There's, I think, like I don't know, really sixth grade, sixth grade, something.
tell us
We
as much or as
tried-
little as you want.
We tried kissing. We tried kissing.
Really?
Like, to see what that. Oh yeah, see what that was like. Yeah.
Was that like at a sleepover or something?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it-
It's like,
Is that the
Meh,
gayish?
it's not that fun.
It's not that fun.
I mean, like, you shared a bed with...
well,
right?
we
Like-
didn't. Did you? Yeah, we didn't do any stuffity stuff.
No, I know, but that's like, it's not gay.
Were you about
That's
to
right.
ask her if to remind you
Okay,
if you did anything?
it's well, kind of.
Did we? Did we?
She's been passed out. Yeah, she's too boyish.
Not your type.
If there's two guys and one woman, and not two women and one guy in a three-way, does that make it not gay?
You
If the guys don't touch,
You don't-
They can high five, but that's it.
no whacking wieners. Ooh, strike fight.
Oh yeah. The moment your balls touch,
That's all over.
it's just done.
Gay.
You'll both retreat because
you
you're
go.
now gay, and they'll just both start. It's
And then I'd be laying on the floor.
and you're just like, wait, I'm still here. Okay, so the most you've done, other like sleep in a bed, that's not gay, but the most you've
Smell
done
this, Kyle.
Okay,
Just put her finger in Kyle's
I
face.
know. I don't. Well, we won't explore that too much.
Yeah, no,
So okay, so the most
later.
you've done is like make out with
Yeah,
like
yeah,
girls.
Yeah.
and-
I'm
okay.
not. Yeah.
Do you have any desire to do any more or try any more with a woman?
No, not really.
Because it seems like, I mean, if anyone's going to be open and accepting of things, it's going to be you. So
well,
it's just that
we
you're
kiss.
not interested.
Women kiss all the time.
Yeah, but
I
it's just
think
you're not
that's
interested in
no.
it. So it's so
yeah,
you
no.
are you pretty like
Women also touch each other a lot more than,
Yeah.
than
Yeah, just-
straight men do.
Yeah.
because straight men are all nervous about.
Yeah,
Here's my
being gay.
boobs. Would you pull that black hair out of there for me? You know, that kind of stuff.
Come
Get
out
the
of your-
tweezers.
never mind.
Get the tweezers. We'll count. I'm just saying. There's stuff like
I
that, right?
started to have there's like a really long hair coming off my ear that I had to like pluck. So I'm starting to get the like
Old man.
Yeah,
shit.
weird old man,
What are you
like,
like?
Girl,
30?
wait till you're
I'm
40s.
32.
32.
Soon to be 33.
I'm a 34 long, so you know.
Don't touch
Bra
your
size.
boobs when you say
It's my bra size, dude. Oh, we found bras yesterday. Segway. Never mind.
You shop for bras?
And
No.
that, my friend, is why you take your own toilet paper on Allegiant Airlines. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong at
I've
all.
never. Okay. Another question. I didn't write down who asked this. Dan, in spite of being sick.
Shame on you. Blame it on fucking Dan.
No, well, he's still prepped all the things he needed. He was very
Are
sweet.
we going
So
to
he's
talk
on
about
this-
prep again?
We can.
Okay, no.
If you want to.
Kidding.
What do you want to talk
Dan
about?
prep. No.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah, I didn't write down who this is from, but Mike,
Yeah.
what is your favorite memory of Ma growing up?
I haven't grown up. Duh. Hasn't
happened yet.
It's still in process.
So one thought came to mind. When I was in first, second, third grade, somewhere in that zone, Mom would come to my classroom and would play the piano, and all of the like little 5, 6, 7-year-olds, we would sing pop songs. Mom would play, and we would all sing. And first, that was super fun, and it was also awesome. It was like she was like a rock star, and then I got to be like sort of famous too for being like that's my mom. I'm the I'm a celebrity groupie or something.
Yeah.
It was really fun. It was really
was
fun,
good.
and
It was
like
good.
people still talk about that to me.
Yeah.
Like old high
So
school friends.
one of our favorite every week's was Elvira. All those little kids going, it's so adorable.
Yeah.
I can't remember the syllables.
Sounds like a song,
Syllables.
but I don't know.
Papa,
Mow, mow.
Yeah, that was it.
That's the song.
Should I talk about family acceptance among LGBT people? Okay.
Boris, Kyle. Numbers, yeah.
With that
So-
being said, I am looking at those knobs with lascivious thoughts.
The volume knobs of our headphones? What are you thinking? What are you going to turn?
You're going to have to watch my eyes to figure it out.
I see.
Beep, boop.
Are we back? No.
I mean, we did.
We did do that.
And with that being said, is why you take a battery-operated toothbrush to camping.
I get it. Okay, so before we ask you more questions, I'm going to talk a little bit about acceptance of LGBT people of their family.
Yeah.
Family acceptance.
Tolerate the shit out of them.
Just barely tolerate. Because I think
I
a big
can't even
thing
handle
that
that.
people can't handle what.
that people have been rejected or disowned or their family.
Yeah, well,
It's-
and our listeners, one of
cannot
the common
even-
threads about how they respond to you is just the idea that that we talk so casually about me being gay and that you would be so down. Like people really, that's super foreign to so many gay
I would
people.
fuck you up if you hurt my boy.
And
no, I could.
for some people, maybe you're a mom figure that is accepting that they've never had, so you're like a podcast mom to maybe some people. So let's tell you why that is for those people, because, well, I don't know if that's true, but there are, according to a 2012 study conducted by the Williams Institute at UCLA Law, and so UCLA law people,
UCLA law.
smart, what?
UCLA law.
Law.
UCLA. Da, 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 da. That's not them.
Yes, it's the same people.
All right.
People. It's fine. That's why they study LGBT people. Yeah. I think. Yep.
Oh,
okay.
you did the letters, Michael. Just like why
real-
I'm so proud of you. You're
Good for
so
you.
flexible.
Gay. Okay.
Very gay.
1.6 million youth are homeless in the U.S. 40% of them are LGBT youth,
Yeah.
which that's
Fuck.
so nuts that
If you see a young person on the street, it's like 50-50 that they're gay.
And LGBT youth make up 7% of the population. So to have 40% of them,
Oh my
of homeless
word.
people be LGBT, the fact that they're so, they don't make up that much of society. So because.
I found my purpose. I need
What's
to
your
open
purpose?
buy a big ass building and have people have a place to live and
Yeah.
There's, the Lambda.
I'll be your
Lambda
mom.
House?
Lambert.
Lambert
Oh, yeah, Lambert.
House.
Like the singer.
Adam Lambert House.
Yeah.
The Miranda Lambert house.
Miranda Lambert house.
Are Miranda and Adam married?
Yes.
Yes. Shut up.
Confirm.
Mom, do you need to scoot up and put your mic in your face more so you don't hurt your back, or is that?
I'm goodish.
I know.
Okay.
You don't.
I don't know how to make it not hurt.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Do you need to we could get a pillow for behind you? or
Yeah, that might help actually. Okay, we're good.
something? Feel okay? Okay.
We're good. We're back.
We're back. So many times we'll
Sorry,
be
did I
back.
blow
that we
your
never
ears
say-
out? I'm sorry.
No, but it's my ear itched. I have ear syphilis.
You do.
Earfulous.
I can't hear you. Got an ear infection. Chicken fried steak.
No, can't fuck that up.
Kyle. It's telepathy. It's dildo tonics. It's tonic. Teledildonic mom.
You and Mike have a teledildonic relationship. It's just that I can't understand.
That's right. Sorry.
So, why are LGBT youth homeless. There are some statistics. 46% ran away from their family because they were rejected. 43 were forced out by their parents. And 32% faced physical, emotional, or sexual abuse at their home.
They're their children. You know. But it is what it is. If you are incapable of that, you know, don't have the capacity to understand or want to understand, or been so conditioned to think that they're sick, they're, you know, whatever. It'd be like, oh, you have to be a lawyer. You're not? Well, fuck you.
That's what I really think it's like a lot about exactly what you're saying.
Expectations
like
of the parent, not the
control.
Right.
It's about control. A lot of people have kids and think that by God they're going to make them be what they are expecting.
You are my little.
They're human beings that are
Yeah.
going to have their own personality, aspirations, capabilities, and like you can't control. You can try.
What I know.
You can try, but but.
So this is a good question, Ma Johnson. What's the thing that most disappoints you about Mike?
Oh.
La, la, la,
La, la, la. No, I think he's just so talented and wonderful and smart and sweet, and cute.
He's
I
perfect.
think my disappointments are in me regarding what.
You've talked about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
What are your disappointments?
Well, it kicks my ass. Had we all had the mindfulness of, I mean, his life journey has been his journey, and it was predestined. It was as it should be. The universe, his road through life. I have guilt, not really, you know, but just I wish I could have known that he was gay could be out when he was younger, so he could have experienced more life about being himself, and then had to go through all the things he did. And it said, kick me on his back. And then it said, fuck me on it. No, I'm kidding. But no, that's just so wrong. Otherwise, he's just a really good every stuff guy.
Mike, what's your reaction to your mom?
Okay, it's the pinky toenails that didn't come out right when I formed you.
Yeah, it's true.
I hate that shit.
I have a birth defected pinky toe nail. It
Just
grows
the nail.
straight up.
Is this for realsies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up?
Yeah, it grows straight up.
You want to see my extra nipple?
The number of times you've started to take off
It's
your
very
shirt
warm
is...
in here, Kyle.
Wait.
It could be you.
Wait, Mike,
be you.
what are you
If
talking
you leave, it'll cool the fuck down.
I'm so hot.
I know.
The toenail on my left foot pinky toe grows straight up into the air. So it pokes.
What?
What?
What? How? Who?
It's just fucked up. I don't
That's
know.
the
It's
only-
always
Do you have to
been like,
remove your toenail?
I have to pull it off all the time.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I was joking. You don't just trim it, you pull it off?
Go get the pliers.
I mean, like it kind of because it grows straight up. It doesn't have that like flat part that hurts. Like it doesn't. It just kind of.
Oh,
grows,
it's all the end of my nail where
the part that hurts. I don't have that part.
you
It
just all have like the nail part that you can cut and. Ew! I don't want to know this. Don't answer my
Straight up
questions
now,
honestly.
tell me if you love my toenail.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna break out. It's gonna be a full-on Broadway show. We
You
had the
can't
rule.
see.
We had the rule. No shit at our house. No singing at the table. No dancing at the table.
Would that needed to be a rule because so many people
yeah.
would...
No, I was taking tap dancing lessons. I'd be all like, ba-doo, ba, 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 under the table. And
everyone was just like, fucking ear chicken.
Stop it!
So
My brother took my record and went right in front of me. It was a 45. You guys know what those are?
Yep.
Go Google it.
Yeah, it's a gun.
You guys do. It's the size of vinyl.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
That refers to the number of revolutions per minute that are necessary to play the record and have it be the acceptable speed.
Okay, I'm bored now.
Pennies
Okay,
from heaven.
Mike,
Okay.
what is your reaction to your mom feeling guilty that she didn't know you were gay? Feels
I
guilt
knew.
about that.
I felt like I knew or had sort of a knowing. And then when he got married, I'm like, maybe he's bi. La, la, la. Don't
The first
wanna know.
time. The first time.
Right.
Yeah.
The first
To the-
marriage,
to the
yeah.
woman,
To the
yeah.
woman.
To that cunt.
Capital C.
We'll ask questions about that in a little bit, actually.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
But Mike, what's your reaction though to your mom feeling guilty?
Don't feel guilty. I mean, that's
But go.
like, I understand where that comes from. It's just unnecessary. Like, guilt is an unnecessary emotion.
It is.
Like-
Fuck you, Michael. Fuck you, Kyle.
Okay, we're here.
Okay, we're good.
But why are you saying not to feel guilt?
I mean, I think,
It was your process. I couldn't fix it. You had to live your life.
like, I understand that, like as the mom, like, they're your kids and you worry about them and you want the best for them and everything. And at the same time, without diminishing that, not trying to diminish that,
Yeah.
you were one person in the constellation of people that shaped who I am, the things that I went through, and how I turned into the person that I turned into. So,
Right.
like, to
So perfect in every way, but that
Except
one
for the
phone in.
to I think to feel guilty is to accept blame for things that ultimately weren't your fault, right? That there's everybody just does the best that they can in this life, and I had 2 sets of grandparents and a dad and 2 brothers and all of those teachers and my friends. Like, they're like,
Mike, would you have your mom do anything different if you could go back in time?
oh God, no.
Good answer. No. Nailed it.
Nailed it. Nailed him.
About my sexuality, no, absolutely not.
And why do you say that? What did she do about your sexuality that you liked, or why wouldn't you have her change anything about how she dealt with your sexuality? Sexual orientation, I should say.
Because my sexual orientation was always straight, right? Like whatever a person says, by God, that's what you have to go with, and you have to react accordingly, even if you have other ideas, even if you sense, even if you think, even if
you're
stuff,
their
right?
mom,
Yeah.
you can't base it on like I think you might be gay.
Yeah.
You have to base it on what they're saying.
Yep.
And I think you, Ma Johnson, I think you said it perfectly that he has to go on his own journey to acceptance, and you are a major influencer, but there's so many other things that influence them that like everyone has to go on their own journey of acceptance and be ready to tell you, and there's only so much anyone else can do.
And something else that I've read and know, and it really relieved a lot of any of the guilt that I would have had with any of you, your brothers. And you.
Yeah, my brothers are just fucked up.
Oh my God.
They're not even gay. They're just fucked up.
Yeah, the least like so. The thing that really, God damn it, where was I going with that, you guys? It's coming to me.
Okay.
I'm feeling vibrations down here.
Spell cut.
This region. No.
You said you read something.
Oh, that just because we bring you into this world, you do not owe us anything. We do not owe you. Basically, what it says is that we have given you to very primitively giving you the skills to survive on your own. The mama bird does not kick her baby out of the nest. She goes far away, flies away, and then calls to the baby. That's why it looks like it just goes, oh, fuck. Didn't make that leap to light speed. But to just know, I didn't cause, I brought you here. You didn't choose that. I'm your mother. I want to just like lay down and die for you. But that doesn't mean you owe me any more than the fact that I gave you life. Right? Does that make sense?
I brought you into this world.
Where's my fucking Christmas present? God damn your little ass.
I brought you into this world. I can take
Kick
you
you
out.
Yeah. Does it make sense what I'm saying though at all? That if you know that you have given your child the skills, etc., that at a certain point when they're conscious of making those decisions, they are also conscious of what they need to feel about you moving forward.
Like, you are not responsible for Mike's actions. Just because you're his mom, like, you can teach him things and give examples by how you behave and all that stuff, but you can't force him to do anything, nor should you.
But I think ultimately a lot of his experience was socially oppressive. I mean, I think that he was so contained in Eastern Washington, in a small town, his dad was a cop. I mean, just all those parameters that
His parents were super Catholic.
Yeah. Just like squeeze it out of you.
And I think we all like tend to blame ourselves. Gay people's families like tend to blame ourselves when it's like society is the thing that fucked most of us over.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's not. It's just society. The general beliefs and
expectations,
expectations. Yeah, that's what.
So and also what we think or know or have read is that I sound like, oh yeah, me and my really smart side, that when you're born, you don't have any, you're not even aware that you have a body.
Right.
You're just like expressing your needs.
Thank God, because your body's ugly at that point.
Oh God, you little squid ass.
It's just like tubby and moves around a lot, but not in a helpful way.
But so you're all just, your life is like in your brain, in your head, in your soul, whatever. You are taught and trained and molded and persuaded to be this certain person. And if it's because there are manifestations of being gay or whatever that come out, or I guess that, being effeminate or being, whatever the stereotype Gayish demolishes, is part of you, regardless of your sexual orientation. I know very effeminate men swear on a stack of golf balls that they are gay, and they're not. They're just very effeminate, period. Yeah.
Okay, so more study.
Great, yeah.
This is a different study.
Okay, cool.
The other research I have is from FAP.
Like
The
to
sewing
jack
machine?
off?
Family... I liked the two directions. The Family Acceptance Project
Oh.
at the...
I do not accept my
Those
family.
guys. No.
The Family Acceptance Project at San Francisco State University.
duh.
That's why it's called
Hello.
FAP. So there's a good side and bad side. Of course, we were talking about the bad side of family acceptance for LGBT people. And continuing on with that, if when families are not accepting, this survey that FAP did said that 1 in 3 young people believe they will have a good life as an adult, as a gay adult. So when you're gay and your family doesn't accept you, only 1 in 3 think they'll have a good life when they grow up.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah.
When your family is accepting, almost all LGBT people believe they will have a productive, healthy life as an adult.
Yep.
Which I think is really interesting, because a lot of the comments or the feedback people get when they come out is their parents are just like, oh, I just want you to have a good life. And being gay is harder than being straight. It's more, you're going to have a more challenging life, which sure they are, but them being accepting is a huge influence on whether they think they'll have a good life or not. So if they're worried about it, the best thing you can do is accept them, and that will drastically improve their life.
Let's talk about the suicide rate.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I didn't.
If 2/3 of you, when your parents don't accept you, think that you're going to have a shitty life, there's a reason to end it.
Of course, of course,
Right?
you'll be more depressed, more likely to commit suicide or attempt suicide, or and
I think that it might be a really good basic conversation to have with a parent when you're going to come out. Say, do you think I would have just opened the book? Hey, I'm gay today. I want people to be mean to me. I want to be my ass kicked. I want to be prejudiced, have issues. I want to be depressed. I want to think I'm not going to be successful or loved. I want to be different, weird, have sex a different way than you and dad, or, whatever. Yeah. I did that just to piss you off.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous to me. It's so ridiculous.
And your child has been wrestling with this for far longer than you've known about it. And
So my dad, when I came out, said to me, it was in an email, he said that he wished I wasn't gay. And it took me a long time to forgive him for that. What he meant was ... because this is a hard life.
Yes.
And he's actually turned out to be a great ally also. Like Trevor and I always felt super comfortable. He Dad's on board too, which is pretty great. I ended up with 2 great parents in that regard. And it just goes to show, be careful what you say to your kids, or clarify what you mean, because it took several years for me to get over the fact that, like, the message that I heard was, you shouldn't be gay.
But
that's not what he meant.
You had that expectation to a point of not knowing what he'd say or how he'd feel.
I told him last.
Yeah. He called, it's just so traumatic.
I mean, my parents told me, like, after a lot of discussion and arguing, and like they said they loved me and all that, they said, we will drift apart. And at one point, my mom indirectly asked me.
You've said that before. I know that. I know that that's what you heard them say. I'm wondering if that's what they thought they were saying to you.
Yes, they said we will because we don't want to talk about that part of your life, and that is going to be more and more important, then we will eventually just drift apart and we won't talk anymore. That was where we like landed together. And it was like, for a little bit, I was just like, well, okay, that's the expectation of what's going to happen in my relationship. And my mom once indirectly, she didn't say this, indirectly asked me to undo, like not come out, like
Yeah.
Wow.
Retract.
just,
the whole
yeah,
thing.
just,
I'll ungay you, son.
And it's,
Well, let me help you with that.
I think part of what they're also saying, I just figured this out, is not only that it's going to be harder for your child, it's
For them.
objectively true. Yeah, it's going to be harder for me to deal with this. Now I have to tell
Explaining-
people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Explaining to, yeah.
Yep. All of my dad's friends are cops. Not, as a pool of people not on board.
Yeah, Eastern Washington cops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that all goes to show this is a good segue into more questions because we got a little bit of both.
Right.
One of our
Yes, they're real. What else? Next one.
question. Oh wait, let me clear out all of
All
these
these
questions about if they.
Okay, that was gayish.
So one of our listeners wrote in and said it's kind of a two-part, one statement, one question. This is from John Keeler. He says, "Thank you for being a great mom to Mike.
Aww.
Too many parents disown their LGBT children. That's what we were just talking about. You are a terrific role model for parental love."
Aw.
The question he had. Oh,
Cheer it up.
I need to say.
That was so sweet. Thank you very much. What was his name?
John.
John.
I was going
Thank
to say,
you, John.
Mike. Your son's name is Mike. No. Okay. The question he has is: have you ever tried to set Mike up on a date?
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
How did that go
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. No. It's probably with a girl.
when he was growing up?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
So how did it go?
I am like, so yesterday we were at the Space Needle and I'm talking to these guys as I never talked to anybody. No one said ever about me because I talk to everybody. So the guy, we connected on the elevator and he goes, come around, give me your, so I go, where's the wine? And anyway, clearly big time gay, just factual. And he gets behind the register and he goes, well, I just topped it off for you. I go, well, unless you're a bottom. And he just, not without hesitation, pointed to the guy next to him and goes, well, this one. What was your question?
Did you try to set Mike up?
Oh, yeah. So I told him, I have a son. And here's his card. And listen to the gay podcast. Yeah, I did.
Do you promote us too?
Oh, hell yeah.
I gave her a stack of cards when she got here on Friday, and they're all gone.
In the back of
I had to
your
give her a
card
refill
is-
because she
Wow, you might
gave them all
might give
away.
out more cards than I ever have.
Well,
yes,
I've
I
got
guarantee
mine.
she has just in the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Plus, when you go to Walmart with that sweatshirt, oh my God, people just part
Gayish
like
with
the
a
sea. No, they're fucking like, what is she saying? Yeah. Eastern Washington. No, I'm kidding.
Move on, Kyle.
Okay. No, sometimes I just shouldn't ask. Okay, I think now we should move on to just more listener questions.
Okay, it's the listener question portion.
Did I answer that last one?
Yeah, you know.
Whatever. In the gayish style, which means
in only the mob
Okay.
explaining.
yes, in the moss-blaining way, where like maybe not, but we're not really sure. We also don't. Okay, you know what I realized, Mike?
What?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Kyle.
On our last episode, no, 2 episodes, 3, some number of episodes ago.
Yeah.
That is a small number.
Yeah.
When we talked about voyeurism,
Yeah, that was the last. No, 2 episodes ago.
2 episodes ago. Deep breaths. The original person that requested that episode asked a question that we never actually answered.
Oh.
Little bitches.
Remember?
About the like, is it okay to videotape your friend?
Yes.
One?
Yes. So, what do you think? Yeah, his question was, well, he didn't do it on purpose. He like had video, or like he didn't intentionally. He already has cameras in his place, and then he saw his friend jerking off.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Should he tell his friend? What's the?
Oh. Brandon, who called in this question.
I wasn't gonna remind everyone, but sure.
First, the first time you see your friend jacking off on your security camera, fine.
Yeah.
Not your fault, didn't expect that. The second time, when you haven't told that person, hey, there's a camera over there.
Yep.
That's
You're
not so
Now
good.
it's a thing.
Badass. hole. Badass hole. Sorry, I forgot that. Just like had to swallow between it.
Bad asshole.
Bad ass
Hole.
I agree. I mean, because we talked a lot on that episode about the line between consensual and non-consensual, and there are some glances or looks or whatever that you get that are okay. It's just a naked person. You glance at them, that's fine. And this is one of those. But
I will also say there is some mitigating factor here,
which
is if you are a house guest somewhere and you jack off in their living room, it's a little bit on you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like that. You just like you don't unless you've asked them specifically. There may be cameras in other people's houses. I don't plug it in, but I had for a while.
There's your problem.
And surprisingly, it doesn't work like I want. No,
it's so tiny.
It's so tiny. Everything. No, the camera that I had was like my parents got it for me to watch my dog when I'm gone. So like I don't use it now, but why are you don't in that judgmental way? So like it'd be very possible for me to have the same thing happen of like someone staying over and I have a camera for my dog that I don't even think about and then see them on. But I agree, like after that, then it's like then you're choosing to watch them. And also, should you tell them no? That was one of the questions. I just know. No.
And don't,
this
America. Come on, America.
Come on,
don't.
America. I just think some things, like, to be like, oh, hey, sorry, straight friend, I watched you jerk off 4 times. Like, maybe just, like, that's a thingy they don't need to, like, some things just, why are you trying to be honest with them? It's not
for you.
That doesn't
their
help
benefit.
anyone.
No. I know.
Just don't tell them.
It's like me going, hey, Kyle, I defended you the other day.
You did?
Someone said you should eat a shit sandwich, and I said, you are gluten intolerant.
Just the shit, please. I can't have any buns. Someone told me to eat shit?
No.
Was it Mike?
It's a joke.
Oh. It was Mike. I get it.
No.
Mike, do you think he should tell his friend?
No, it's after it's gone on too long. No,
Too late. You're
late.
You're in it too far. Just stop.
Too late.
Move
it's
on.
It's like cheating or crack. Like just stop
Stop.
and
But
never
don't
speak
tell
of it.
anyone.
Yeah. Don't speak.
No, just watch the- Okay. So I think we should now listen to a voicemail we got
Oh.
with a question.
Okay.
Hi, Ma Johnson. This is fucking Dan. Sorry I can't be there in person today. I'm homesick. But I was wondering, what did you really think of Mike's exes?
What did you really think of my exes?
Let's start from the beginning.
Fucking Dan.
That's where he gets the fucking from.
Well,
okay, so the first ex was the lady.
Yeah, but we're not going to put energy into it. Okay, here's what I want to say. A lot of really not fun shit happened to Michael and to me and to people surrounding Michael. When I said, well, this happened, Michael goes, Mom, I feel horrible about it when it was happening the first time. Please don't make me relive it. And I basically have tried to be respectful of that.
What if I give you a pass for the podcast?
All right, goddammit, gloves are off. That fucking bitch. Hated her. No.
Yeah, no, you did.
She was not.
You
a kind
hated each
person.
other. It's great.
Yeah, I know. But I really, it was just awful. She was not a good person to Michael. That was what was hurting me. I don't care who you love. I care what you have to do to be with that person. I don't dislike that person. I don't know that person. I hate what you are becoming or what you're doing to be in that person's life, or what I am observing about how you have to change to make that person happy. It was just torture for me. And basically 6 years of no son or no normal exchanges. And
Well,
I was
what it
doing the math on the time frame. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
And why do you say no son?
I did not have a choice of being with him and having a great outcome or a good. It just wasn't going to happen.
Mike, did she like pull you away from your family members or your mom?
Oh yeah, she was like surgical with her ability to separate me from people, and I was just stupid. I was such a dumbass. I part of me knew somewhere in my core.
Yeah.
I totally knew the whole time. At the same time, like I didn't fully comprehend how masterful she was at alienating me from people.
Do you think she could do that on purpose, or was that?
I don't know. I go through this a lot of like wondering, like when I look at fucked up people in this world, I wonder, like evil genius people in this world, like Trump. Let's talk about fucking Donald Trump for a second.
Let's talk about Trump, baby. Let's talk about a fucked up individual.
He is unquestionably masterful at manipulating the media and some people's feelings. Is that genius, or is that just
Stupidity.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think okay, my personal opinion is that he does not realize what he's doing. That he honestly, I think he genuinely believes what he's doing and what he believes and the information that he's being provided.
His reality
which makes him stupid and
is real to him.
Yes, I
And
think
he
it's
gets
real to him. I think
the
he's doing
correct
the
reaction from whatever
I think he's doing what he thinks. Yeah, I think he's doing what he thinks is right based on the information he has, blah, blah, blah. And I think there are a lot of other people around him who are far more aware of what's going on that are enabling him to do that. And I think the genuineness of his message is what resonates with people. So I think those manipulators behind him need him to keep believing his own bullshit.
Well, okay. Then my ex-wife would make shit up. Whole cloth, just like fucking invent things that would come out of her face. And I knew that she was making that shit up. That did not happen. And yet, gaslighting is a thing. Like, I questioned my own experience of reality because of her ability to make shit that did not happen feel, seem, sound real. And it's a very destabilizing, uncomfortable place to be in. And I don't know if it was intentional or not. I don't know that she could help herself. I've decided after all of these years that she couldn't.
Personality disorder.
It just happened. Like I don't think it was planning. I don't think she's a genius. I just think that like somewhere in there she has these skills that she's utilizing without even meaning to.
For Ma Johnson, do you think any of your feelings about her are based on your inklings that Mike might be gay? Did Mike?
Oh, hell no.
It was not at all based on his.
This is so cut and dried. The way that person, and again, she would be over here fucking with you and then make you be the bad guy and tell Michael you said this, and then he would not be your friend. I mean, it was just so crazy. It was just surreal.
So you think it had nothing to do with sexual orientation or Mike?
Nothing.
Mike,
I think my relationship with her was totally about sexual orientation, though. She is the type of person to decide how things are going to be and then fucking make it happen. She wanted me to be the doting, straight, white picket fence husband. I wanted that too. So the fact that she could totally force me to be was so comforting. Like she was totally capable of just shaming me, berating me, pushing me, molding me subtly or even not subtly, and
solidifying your denial.
I was totally on board for that. Like our relationship worked in a really fucked up way because of her ability to make me the person that I wasn't.
Well, it's interesting because it's like what you're saying is not at all, like not completely she made you that way. She gave you something that, like, the good side, quote unquote good side, is that she gave you what you were looking for. She gave you
absolutely, you
are going to be this straight person. So at the time, it seems like it was actually a positive thing. All these qualities that now are negative at the time were
You
good.
said that yesterday about smoking, about being fit, about eating right, about all the things that she really made, finishing your degree, blah, 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 that she, because that was what her picture of what would be the perfect guy that she moved him into.
Yep.
How to make it happen.
Yep.
Well, so, I mean, some of those, like, so not smoking.
Yep.
There are good things that she's done for you.
Oh, exactly.
I ran half marathons because of her.
Yes.
I quit smoking because of her. I went back to school and got a computer science degree that gave me the fantastic career that I have today because of her. Like, I moved to Seattle, which this is the place that I belong. I'm not an Eastern Washington person because of her. Like, I really am very, in a fucked up way, I'm super grateful for my marriage to her. I really am.
I'm super grateful to Ron as well for certain things
that's my dad's name for people who don't know. That's my dad's name.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
No, not him.
Oh, no. The other Ron.
No.
That's really...
No, say more about that.
Say benefits, the experiences and the children, clearly. never would change 22 years of being there in a heartbeat, would choose that again because of these men that I have,
Yeah.
the boys.
Raised.
Yeah. But, there's, if you break it down, well, there's never all bad. Or would you have been there for, no. How could you have endured that?
I mean, that's really interesting because, Mike, I feel like in general, you talk negatively about your ex-wife, and I understand why.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that you got out of that. Just like your mom, like, there's a lot, including you yourself, that your mom got out of this relationship that, even though it ended in divorce.
I'm not quite there with Trevor yet, so bear with me. And you have to get past the pain. The pain has to dull enough to be under the surface before you can recognize and truly appreciate the good things that you got from that person. Like, you can and should fucking hate them for some period of time.
Yeah.
It's part of the healing process. And once you get past that, once you've evolved into this place where that pain isn't quite so cutting, then
Like real and immediate, and
then you can sort of lean in. You can look at that and say, yeah, I got all these really great things from this person. And I wouldn't if I could go back in time, I think I would still be with her because I am where I am today inseparably because of my experience through that. And so just
The 75-25 way out of negative to positive, the 25 is still embraceable. It's still a positive part of that you really need to go with because, and I sort through my experience, to do that. I mean, that's a positive way to be. I mean, that's a good way to make it healthy, but I'm really challenged at times, as we all are, and I'm challenged to even understand that from my external exposure to their relationship. How I experienced it was absolutely horrible. And yet I can see that. And he says it.
That there was some positive.
Oh yeah. And oh hell yeah. And why wouldn't there be? And it's part of his journey, and it's part of why he came to where he is, and all of the above. Absolutely.
So I learned that from Trevor. Trevor used to say to me all the time, because he saw me through my divorce. I was still married to her when he and I met and started dating and were falling in love.
But he was like, in a way that you were already split up. Like, it wasn't you didn't cheat with Trevor. I want to make, like, you were like separated. You came out, all that. So like, you were still officially
right. It just took us took us over a year to get divorced, and he and I were together during the end of my divorce part. Yeah. Anyway, he taught me. He used to say all the time, because I was still very much in that I'm super angry, I fucking hate that cunt zone. He would say, but we met each other. It's unlikely that we would have met each other or be together if it weren't for the fact that she delayed you coming out and starting to meet men, and like he was asking me to be thankful for her, because if anything, the timing of all of that is what allowed us to be together.
Yeah.
And we're not together anymore, but that message is absolutely right. Yeah. He's absolutely right.
You said that you're not there yet with Trevor.
Yeah.
What do you think in the future you're going to be happy about? Like, what's that 25% of happiness or good things that he brought?
Yeah. Thanks for waiting until I was drunk, Kyle.
I was just going to say, finish that.
You had
drink.
a lot of patience with, externally, a lot of patience with him. You are a fabulous, wonderful, exceptional teacher. He needed your wisdom of your age, of your experiences, but he showed you how to be open and innocent again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think also that he sort of, we grew up together. Like,
Same
if you look
thing.
you look at being in the closet and then being like going and being a frat guy for a while and then hooking up with this woman and marrying her and being with her for, like, I was 30 by the time that I left that relationship with her. And that's when my adolescence started. And he and I grew up together in so many ways, just like, hey, like basic, like, hey, you show me yours, I'll show you mine kinds of shit. Like,
Dicks.
but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, emotionally, we grew up together in so many ways. And I was such a big brother to him, too. I have 2 younger brothers. Like, that was very familiar of, like, sure, we're all basically equally experienced, but I'm leading.
Yeah. A little too familiar, though.
That
was a funny, because that's word. Anyway,
we'll give you that one.
I think that speaks to why so many gay people can have relationships that are, or maybe can and do have relationships that have such big age differences. Technically, because your experience level, though, when you come out, is you were on the same page of this is my first big relationship.
You were a very mature person in life.
Yeah.
And innocent and new into the gay life.
I will also say, of all of the problems that people could have in their relationships, he's a kind man. He is very gentle, and after being with a woman who was so emotionally violent, that gentleness meant a lot.
Refreshing,
and like I hear so many like domestic abuse in relationships between gay men it is far higher than it is with straight people, right?
I didn't know that.
And it's because you have 2 dudes involved, and dudes suck.
They're assholes.
And that was never ever a concern with him. There was such a calm and gentle safety with him in the privacy of our own home that I think was like something I'd never experienced before.
Which is really interesting, again, going back to stereotypes, which I think we sometimes talk about.
Shut up.
Occasionally.
What's the name of this podcast? God dang it.
I think it's called Mike and Trevor and What Used to Be. Sorry. That's too sad. But...
Can I take my pants off for this part?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I will too.
Yes.
I mean, I already did.
Hesitate. No.
But the stereotypes were reversed for you. The female was the more dominant person. The male that you were with was the more understanding, compassionate person. And that's like, it just goes to show that stereotypes are, again, if we haven't said it recently, they're stupid.
Yeah.
And people
emotionally,
can be
she
whatever.
was a dom top for sure.
Oh, and a bear. She's had some hair coming out of fucking shit places. Like,
She didn't have it, but she maybe did have a hairy
and it was
chest.
red. No. It was on fire.
That leads to an interesting question that will change the mood a little bit.
For me?
Yes. Ma Johnson,
Yes.
are you more of a top or a bottom? And are you more sub or dom?
Yes, I would be an alpha female in a non-sexual circuit of the activities I do, that my personality.
You think your personality is dom top?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike's shaking his head yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you're like in day-to-day life, the way you act, the way you're like with your friends and all that, you're dom
I don't
top?
have friends.
You know, okay.
I don't have a life.
With your turtles or whatever? I don't know.
I'm in the blankie room. I'm in my little basement hideaway cocoon. I'm going to butterfly the fuck out of it someday. So interacting with other people, my swanning occurs when I'm with you or with, interacting with other people.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm an introvert. So like talking to people, like at the end, I'm tired. So for you, talking to people like
God,
that gives you energy.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
So you're like a true extrovert.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But I'll take anyway, up, bottom, top,
Oh, you're verse.
sideways.
Soup's
No,
verse.
it's not. We're not talking sexually oriented, are we?
You're non-sexually verse. You're
What's that mean?
personality wise verse personality.
I have a weigh in here. Can I weigh in?
Yes.
You have a weigh in. I
Yeah.
thought your weigh in was with a finger.
Okay.
No. Oh, I thought Damon weigh-ins. No. So my experience of Mom actually is that she vacillates rather easily between being dom and sub. I have seen her be with men and be very much the alpha and be the dominant force in the relationship. I have seen her be with men and totally sort of kowtow to them and be the subby partner. So non-sexually, but like in a dom
Yeah.
sub like relationship pattern sort of way, I see her as being quite verse, like adapting to the situation as needs be.
What word did you say that included the word cow? She was
Kowtow?
What's that?
To kowtow is to be subservient to.
Subservient.
How about
Person-
obsequious, Kyle? How do you feel about the word obsequious?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I
It's
know
got
what that
a Q
means.
in it.
I took the SATs, Mike.
Great.
Shut up.
Don't
I
pretend
didn't-
like I didn't.
Did you get a positive score?
I got a negative 14. I don't know what that means. Okay, another question. Ma,
Yes.
out of all your lovers, which that alone,
Hello, darling.
Nice to see you.
It's been a long
time, just as lovely
as you
used to be. That's Conway Twitty.
Hi, Kyle.
okay.
And fucking Dad.
Sometimes I know when I'm not part of something. Okay,
You're so astute.
out of
Love it.
I put the ass in astute. I put the toot
Toot
in.
in
I put the
your
ass
ass.
toot in astute. Okay, out of all your lovers, who was the best and why?
Ooh.
Okay. Okay, it was me. It was dark.
It was this finger right here.
Mr. Lefty. Strange stuff. It was.
I love Lefty strange stuff. What did he do? No, I don't want to know. Okay.
That's so great. Jesus Christ.
Is he here? I'll
you
fuck him.
make-
No. So, let me think about that.
Okay.
Are we going with the top bottom thing again?
Do whatever
okay,
you
whatever.
You can
No.
do what you want.
I will say, okay. Do you want to hear this?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm
All right,
down.
okay.
Mike,
I'm down.
Do we need to mute your-
in my entire life of till I was 44, 43 something, I never had an orgasm during intercourse. Ever. Can I fake it like a fucking trooper? Oh, goddamn, yeah.
I mean, I feel like musician seems like very close to actor, so faking it doesn't.
I know.
Okay.
What's that award? The IGT Diner Golden Globe Emmy.
Oh, EGOT?
Of porn? Oh,
We're gonna
EGOT,
do the
EGOT.
PGOT.
You
We're gonna
can
do the
EGOT.
PGOT podcast.
This is
Emmy,
Emmy.
Grammy, Oscar,
Grammy.
Tony.
Oscar,
yeah. We're starting
Tony,
with the P.
his twin brother Terry. No.
So this is your P nomination, your podcast nomination material
For
right
real.
here.
So for reals, what first one ever
While having sex.
ever. Yes. And of course, yes.
But you'd had orgasms, just not during the act of intercourse, right? That's a very common thing for women, actually.
And I was
Had you not had an orgasm until you were in your 40s?
Oh no. Are
Yeah.
we back in second grade? Hell
Yeah,
no.
no. There are lots
So,
of
okay.
there are lots of
I
women.
know. Isn't that
They don't-
sad?
So when was the first time you had it seemed like you were leading
Really
building up-
young that I
Oh, no,
had
no.
my own orgasm.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
building up to you were talking about the first time you had a sex.
And
We're artfully dodging my dad here in this whole conversation.
Going real great.
yeah. It was like, really? But
That's what it was like.
oh yeah, it was like, shut up! And you're so hard. Fuck! You know, it was it was like, oh my god, you know, never had happened. Never, it hasn't happened again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah.
these are the things that people hear you hearing
Yeah.
and wonder how you just
He's fucking drunk. That's how.
is that how you're
No.
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 Okay.
you
Wait.
hear sex things about I barely can talk to my mom
You
about
can't say vagina.
No,
we heard that
I would
one.
not.
Okay. I think there are lots of people out there. I know them. We've had conversations who are like, my parents and sex, blah, 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 I don't want to know. Or even worse, my grandparents and sex, blah, 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 no. I hope to God that mom and dad are both fucking and getting it. I hope that my remaining alive grandparents, mom's parents, I hope they still bone.
I hope your dead grandparents don't get any. Because
That would
Wow.
be, yeah, we'll have to sue the graveyard.
Yeah,
But I hope to God that they're still fucking, because that means there's hope for me. I don't want to stop.
Michael!
I don't want to stop banging because I turned 60. Like,
No, I'm pretty sure there's. Never mind. Yeah, I think you're correct.
I like honestly, I think sex for like people, regardless of age, is amazing, and I hope people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, I hope that they're still having sex because that means that I can.
It doesn't mean having sex. Having sex, it means having orgasms, knowing how to please yourself, knowing how to have the orgasm.
That's another layer of it.
With or
Absolutely.
without.
Well, it's like you're like it goes back to like everyone should have a sexual pleasure if they they're a sexual person that wants it we put such a weird stigma on talking about it, especially with your parents. I mean, talking about it at
With
all,
your parents,
much less with your parents.
Well, I
but we
tease my
shouldn't.
parents all the time about, hey, put your pants on. I'm around the corner. You two crazy kids.
Okay, so you talk to your
86.
parents the way you
Not specifically,
talk?
but I'll say something like, oh, it's your birthday, Dad. Wink, wink.
Wait,
Yeah.
You gotta
Okay.
get some
and
birthday.
he
It's
jokes about
hilarious.
it. He
Oh,
jokes
yeah.
about it with me
Hilarious,
about
yeah.
like it's my birthday coming up, so
Yeah.
like man,
Does he joke about like dudes? Like you fucking dudes then?
So he likes to tell jokes about queers. He uses that word. He does not use it in the way that we use it. but they're always like affirming. Like he's super on board.
What's a queer joke? Can you think of either of you think of a queer joke that your grandma tells you?
I'm thinking too.
Let's see. A carload of queers rolls into a bar, and there's only one 3-legged stool at the bar for them to sit on. So what did they do? They turned it over.
I've heard something like that. That's pretty funny.
Why the
We
long
accept
face?
Oh, so I hope that they are banging.
Oh,
I honest
right.
to God do.
Yeah.
And I think the one thought that I had while we were talking about this, there are many people who never get there. But I think one of the more valuable insights that you can have as a person is admitting to yourself that your parents are just people. Your grandparents are just people. We are all 8-year-olds running around in adult bodies, and we all have the same insecurities. We all have the same life experience that we're trying to learn from, grow from, and the sooner that you can truly understand that your parents are just 20 or 30 years older than you, but just people.
The next question. Casually transition into this question.
Okay. I've had an orgasm. Okay, what was the question?
Did
My
you?
earphones aren't working. Thank God I can't hear a fucking thing
That's
you're
a
saying.
good idea. Did you ever think, Ma Johnson, that Mike and I would end up dating?
Yes,
Tell us about that.
because you're so cute.
Mike, you're missing
Michael's so perfect, but I'm like, spin the wheel. Tall, cute, handsome, beard, every stuff
Emotionally stunted.
is mostly, yeah. But,
out. Your favorite.
and then I thought about you, Kyle, and I'm going, okay, so, yeah, I did. I thought that would be a good idea.
When did you think that?
Oh, long time.
Was Trevor still in the picture when you were thinking that?
The first time I met you was at their wedding, correct? BGK?
Oh, yeah. You and JC
that-
came
JC,
to our wedding.
You were
True?
still together. Yeah, you were in line behind me.
Is
And
that
I
the
was-
first time I met you? Mm-hmm. That seems so far into us knowing each other that.
That's what she said.
Okay, so when did you think that Mike and I?
Just the more I got to know you and your personality and have
that
fun.
was still
funny.
while
Yeah.
Mike was with Trevor.
Oh, yeah. Just me knowing you. It had nothing to do with Trevor. It had in that, oh, that would be cute, yada, yada. But there's, like, I do that with, there's a garbage guy earlier today that I'm like, oh, they would be, maybe not.
Do you set Mike up with lots of people you meet?
I do
along
not.
No?
I suggest it. I tell them all about
Or
it.
in your, I mean in your
Oh,
head.
yeah, fuck
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that guy would be so good. Cool.
When or have you gotten to a place where you know Mike and I won't be together?
Yes.
You have got, okay. When did that happen?
I don't know. I think it would have happened before now. But your business, it's like your business partners don't pork the payroll.
Don't
or
shit where
whatever.
you eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't pork the payroll. That's
I don't know. That's a heterosexual quote. Like, if you're the boss, don't fuck the secretary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, you're my secretary. I'm the boss, and you're the secretary. So don't.
I think
Naturally.
you guys are just so good as friends as in this situation. In other social, no. And I'd be happy either way.
Oh.
I go both ways.
You're bi about our relationship.
Sweaty balls. No. Kind of, maybe.
Or pan.
Or
They're the
verse.
same thing.
Or try. Or
Try.
broad. Or,
Trisexual.
Should we take a break? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
Okay.
Or are you?
Yeah.
Let's
All
take a break.
Let's take a break.
pee.
Pee break.
Pee.
This is the part where Mike and Kyle take a break. Are we back?
We're back. Well, most of us are.
We're semi back.
You were mildly back, but
I'm still on my back.
I know you put on your. We can
I can put my bra back on. It's fine.
your crotchless
It's not
bra.
a video thing.
We're gonna do our gayest and straightest.
We're going to do our gayest and straightest, but first, our website is gayishpodcast.com.
We are on so many social medias at Gayish Podcast or / Gayish Podcast.
All of them.
Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and our Facebook group.
I'm at www.hookersoutlet. Just kidding.
Hookers Outlet. You don't even make the main one. You're like the outlet hooker.
Well, you got to just like baby steps.
Go where you go. Okay.
Trainer bras. Just
And
kind of,
Facebook.com/group/Gayish Podcast. Ma Johnson's part of it, so
You can leave us voicemails or send us text messages to our hotline, which is 5855-GAYISH. That's 585-542-9474. Standard rate supply.
And our email is gayishpodcast@gmail.com.
Great.
.com?
.com.
I
It's
love
weird.
that.
Soup's weird. Do we all want to do our gays and straightest?
Yeah, we do.
Okay,
not,
so
not org, as in orgasm.
not .orgasm. Okay. Well, a question that is fitting
Yeah.
for you, Ma Johnson.
Listener question.
Listener question, but related, from Chase is, what are the gayest and straightest moments you remember happening with Mike?
I think we've had a lot of them.
I have no idea what you're saying.
It's a small world after. No. I it's just as we just roll along. So what happened? We were in a gay bar one time and we're setting up, it was a fundraiser and we were at this one bar and I looked down and I'm like, oh my God, Michael, he's so cute. He's like, yeah. I go, look at his glasses. He's so adorable. And I jumped up, leaned over the railing and I said, if I was gay, I would so fuck you. And he said, if I was straight, I would so fuck you. And that was very, I don't know, both.
Yeah, that's true.
Both-ish.
That's true. That's gay
Yeah.
and straight.
And that was fun. But I think I don't look at him as gay or straight, or I just look at him as Michael and I love him and we do fun. It's fun. And
Oh,
I just think he's awesome.
yeah, he's okay. Okay,
Okay,
so
wait.
do you want?
He's giving me the $20. Shut up. No. No. So
This
kidding.
is the reason you're on here is
Can I make change in the offering plate?
Yes, you can.
okay. Ma Johnson,
Yes.
gayest and straightest.
Gayest and straightest. Okay, so let me see. The straightest thing I did this week was had sex with a neighbor.
Yeah.
The gayest thing was she really liked it.
Great.
That's a lie.
Oh, I didn't. I was thinking.
Straightest.
I don't
I
want to
fucking
know.
put my own batteries in my own goddamn dildo. Straightest. Gayest. There is no gayest. It's everybody's world, maybe. I didn't prepare for exploding kittens. I didn't do that. Okay, I'll think of it. You guys will
we'll
go
go
around
and
the
then
table.
we'll come back
It's like
to
when you
your-
look at the menu and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
I
let me
really want
think,
the
'cause everyone
eggs.
else-
more minutes.
Everyone else order first.
Come back, we'll be drunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so the straightest thing about me this week, so yesterday, Carly, our good friend Carly, came over and, was on a mission to make me deal with the demons in my storage unit downstairs in the garage.
Hallelujah!
Yeah, so we pulled everything out of there and, legit found must have been dead for multiple years, mummified rat. And she was like, she came out, she found it. And she came out of there because I was going through some stuff. And she goes,
physically or emotionally?
No, both. No, I was sorting through.
Okay, sorry.
I was sorting through a bunch of stuff.
My life.
She comes out of my storage unit. And she goes, Mike, I think I touched a dead rat. I need you to come in and first tell me if that's what that is, and don't lie to me because I'll know. and then if that's what it is, I need you to get rid of it for me. So I go in there. Yeah, it's a fucking dead rat, a dead mummified crispy rat.
Okay.
And so the straightest thing about me, I think, is just the whole can you take care of this factor when a woman is gross, and then the dude has to step up and be like, yeah, I'll take care of that. So I picked it up by its dead crispy tail.
Let's get it on. I've been thinking about you.
Yeah. And then the gayest thing about me this week, it's maybe counterintuitive, I don't know, but while we were in said storage unit, we found a garbage bag full of my ex-wife's clothes, and I found all of her bras. But Carly was like, she tried to stop it. She's like, should we stop? Should we if this is just all her shit, do you really want to go through all of this?
Yeah.
And we hadn't found the bras yet, and I was just like, no, I need to know that I found her bras so that when I get rid of them, I know they're gone.
I am cleansed.
Oh, yeah, you need to. Yeah.
Yep. So, found them and
Tried them on.
eliminated them.
Wait, that's the
Back to the
gayest
gay.
thing of you is getting rid of bras?
Because I came out, and
Get-
that's why I left her. And
Get your bras
I
outta here.
need to get your boob holders out of here.
Yeah. My good job actually on doing that, cleaning out like that.
I know.
That's important and good for you.
It was
yeah.
awesome.
There's almost no emotional baggage left.
Nope. You're just throwing away all your emotional baggage.
I'm
so
way
you're
better
just
now.
cleared out.
Landmines.
My gayest thing is that when I was looking for rosé to buy to come here, I bought the one based on the name. I thought I bought a Ryan Patrick rosé. I don't know what that is, but the name Ryan Patrick
sounds hot.
sounds sexy. The name
Yikes.
Ryan was in a pinkish color, and I was just like, I would love for Ryan Patrick to be inside me, and so I drank him.
Yeah, he is. He's in
there.
you now.
And he's currently in me. I drank all of him.
And so is his
Slowly.
best friend, the Dark Horse.
And now we're on Dark Horse. Now Dark Horses are doing their horse
Katy
thing.
Perry.
Did she have a song called Dark Horse? Last Friday
did.
night. Okay.
Was that like a hashtag vagina? No.
I don't think so.
Oh, you have to be
don't
writing
think
on it.
that's
Never
the-
mind.
Picking my rosé based on how gay the bottle sounds and how attracted I am to the dude that they name. Anyway, okay,
Yep.
so my straightest thing is, last night.
Yeah.
Get that. I've been thinking about you.
I've been really trying.
Let's get it on.
I got it on with a bucket of KFC. You can order online
No.
KFC to be delivered to your home, and I ordered a 10-piece bucket and
I've
biscuits
been
and mashed potatoes and
Ah!
cookies. Eating a bucket of KFC felt very straight. Gay dudes are not supposed to eat that much food, much less KFC.
Why?
And that's the stereotype is that gay people are all little skinny little bitches that don't eat food.
Fuck that.
And no,
No body shaming in this.
I know I ate
None.
9
Zero.
out of 10 pieces of KFC because at some point I was like, this is
Because I'm going to go
terrible.
out and fucking play some football tomorrow. Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna lay down and die, and I just one piece of chicken was too much, so I threw it away.
I really think
But-
there should be an option to just order a bucket of KFC and have it just be the skin of the chicken.
Yeah, that's what you call extra crispy. I think that's because you just want to eat
Wow.
less. Yeah. Wait, we said we were gonna come back to you for
Yes.
the
Okay, so this is kind of both, which I
Okay.
already, but I want to know. I'm just going to gayest, straightest, both. What do you name your penis or your vagina? Do you have a pet name for that?
I don't.
People out there?
Not since I was married to Alyssa.
What was it when you were?
The evil fork of the devil.
Is that what you called your penis?
No, she called it Peter Pie.
Oh, see, people
Wait,
out
Maybe
there.
we'll have a naming contest.
There we
But
go.
that's because she was just trying to emasculate me,
Yes.
which I love.
Let's have a. I still love that.
Okay,
Lulu.
I think that's what you would name your balls, Lou and Lou. We should have a
Or
penis
Big
naming
and
contest.
Johnson. That's not a penis.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Johnson.
That's a thing.
So Trevor's sister taught her kids to call it their front butt.
No, I mean, don't you have like a little
Their penis
Ew.
or
Her
their
daughters. Her daughters.
Oh,
Don't people name their genitalia? Don't they?
They do. I don't have one.
I think it'd be very interesting.
I think we need to have a naming contest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just my gayest name for my penis is
I don't think I have
butterfly.
like jackhammer. I don't know
Yeah. Right?
because I'm dating Jack and I
Jack
hammer him.
and yeah.
So that's it.
That's it.
A special thank you, as always, to Charlie Finn for the use of our theme music.
And thank you to Ma Johnson for not only being on this episode, but just being the supportive Ma that so many gay people want.
And
in
I
their
love
lives.
you guys
I
so
love
much.
You too. Thank you for being on.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to you, 63.
Yeah.
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 Nude pictures coming. Of
Hashtag
Kyle.
New pick. And thank you to Wine for just really supporting me through this episode. And through
Yeah.
all of our episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you to Kyle for editing this fucking
Oh, boy.
maelstrom of weirdness.
Yep.
Tell me it gets better.
It does. It does.
Oh, P.S.
Oh.
I'm
Oh.
gayish.
P.S. I'm gayish.
Thank you to the Trevor Project, which is what I call my second marriage.
And phase 4 of the Ma Johnson trip back home. Get a ticket for that ride, bitches.
This has been Gayish. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz. Until next week, be butch, be fabulous,
Be Ma.
be Ma! Because you really couldn't pick anyone better.
Me
Bye.
as I will sing. Hey, and by the way, do you hear what your words bring? Oh, P.S. I'm gay-ish.
I would lick my own grandmother's pussy if she told me she had not had an orgasm and she's about to die.
You're such a good citizen.
I'd just be like, lady, we gotta, like, you've got
You
to.
cannot die without going to...
You have to. This is important.
Shut up.
What do you need from me?
No wet dreams? Nothing?
That was weird. Okay, wait. So